Sports at Sea, let's go to press. They call him the Joker, but what Nikola Jokic is doing to opposing teams is no laughing matter. The Denver Nuggets crackerjack player has triple-doubles in 6 of 10 games so far this season, while the entire rest of the league has just 10. The record for most in the season, Russell Westbrook had 42. Jokic is averaging 25, 13, and 12 as the Nuggets are a contender in the West once again, thanks to the stat-counting mountain in the Mile High City. The cream of the crop, the beast in the East, the Detroit Pistons firing on all cylinders. The point guard Cade has been the Cunningham and Eggs man in Motown, putting up a 46-point triple-double on Monday to lead Detroit to its 7th straight victory. Remember, just 2 seasons ago, the Pistons won 14 games. They improved by 30 wins last year, and now they're off to a 9-2 start early in the campaign. And dog my cats, they really did it. Nico is no mo in Dallas as the Mavericks said so long, partner, to their basketball decision maker. 9 months after he traded Luka to LA, it felt more and more like Harrison became a lone man in the Lone Star State. Since Harrison discarded Doncic, the Mavs are 16-28, including just 3-8 this season. Being a Mavs fan of late has been tougher than a $2 steak. As always, whether it's hoopers or bloopers, you'll see it all right here on This Week in the NBA.
Shaq, how you looking at that Nico Harrison situation? Did it have to happen?
Man, listen, it's part of the business. When you're in a powerful position, sometimes you become what's known as the scapegoat when things don't go well. You know, he's done a lot of things there, but he will always be remembered for trading Luka Doncic. Like, I remember how amazed we was when we found out he got traded. And listen, you know, he kind of got his marbles back when he drafted Cooper, but they're not playing well right now. So, you know, ownership is going to look down, say it's the general manager's fault. General manager's going to look down, say it's the coach's fault. Coach is going to say it's the player's fault. But my point is, when you're in that position, this is what happens in this business.
And it's certainly not the team, Kenny, that he envisioned putting on the floor. You got Cooper Flag, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis, and no Davis. He's been hurt. Kyrie, of course, still out.
Well, you know, the whispers had been there for Nico. The whispers, when you trade, obviously, not only a franchise player, but a generational type talent.
And more than just whispers from the fan base, that's for sure.
You know, but a lot of things have to still happen for that to possibly have been a bad trade. One, the guy's on the cover of, what is it, Shape Magazine, In Shape Magazine. Like, that's the guy he was asking for him to be in Dallas, that same person that he is today. He wasn't that, so he gets traded. Secondly, now the Mavericks start losing because they're hurt. They don't have the lineup. You know Kyrie Irving, no Anthony Davis. So now you have your best number 1 pick playing point guard when he's a great small forward. He's not even playing his natural position. But what the kicker was that the Lakers are hurt and they're winning. So now that's when the whispers become yells. So all of those things are just happening at the same time. If the Mavericks come back, Chuck, and all of a sudden Kyrie comes back and Anthony Davis, they could still be a Western Conference finalist in the end of the season, and then what would we say? So we don't even know if this was a good trade based on the Dallas side. We know it was for the Lakers, but we don't know it for the Dallas side.
Well, first of all, Nico's a friend of mine, so obviously I'm biased. Nico got screwed 100%. Because if you go back and look at this thing, the trades he made 3 years ago is the reason the Mavericks made it to the finals.
With P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford, he drafts Lively, brings Kyrie in.
The Mavs were a mediocre team until he made those trades. He was doing a good job. Then he had the bad luck with Anthony Davis never being available, basically. But the thing that bothers me is he's just being made a scapegoat. Listen, Shaq knows this, Kenny knows this. There's no way in the world Nico Harrison had the power to trade Luka Doncic unless the owner of the team signed
Patrick Dumont.
Yes. That was his call. So I feel bad the way Nico is being made a scapegoat. But anybody who knows anything about basketball know good and well Nico Harrison did not have enough power to trade Luka Doncic. So that's the thing that bothers me. He's had a streak of bad luck with Anthony Davis and Kyrie both getting hurt. But the premise of this trade is Nico Harrison. I hear all these fools and idiots on TV talk. Nico Harrison going to be the guy who traded Luka Doncic. No, The Dallas Maverick organization made that call.
But you said
Can we see the Dumont statement, by the way, here in the wake of this? No one associated with the Mavericks organization is happy with the start of what we all believed would be a promising season. You have high expectations for the Mavericks, and I share them with you. When the results don't meet expectations, it's my responsibility to act. I've made the decision to part ways with General Manager Nico Harrison.
Well, I don't believe any of that, number one. I mean, first of all, we've only played 10 games. The Mavs haven't been whole and probably since last year.
So when Kyrie Irving gets back
last year,
we got to wait and see what they are.
AD has played 5 of their 11 games.
Yeah, but even going back to last year, he missed basically half all the season since the trade. So it was really unfortunate. But for this dude to come out and say, like he had nothing to do with the Nico Harrison trade, with the Luka Doncic trade, that's just bogus in my opinion.
And so Nico Harrison out. And again, I know what you're saying, Chuck, but he will be remembered as the guy who traded Luka Doncic.
100%.
Yeah.
But Ernie, you know, Shaq and Kenny know, and I know, he could not make that trade himself.
No doubt.
And listen, he's going to be the scapegoat. I wish the owner would have the courage to come out and say, that was my call.